Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So I feel like I owe you guys a video about Enphase because this stock just can't get out of its own weight. It feels like the sun has set on Enphase. There's no more solar panels ever needed apparently ever again. And I wanted to talk to you about this stock because this is another stock like Tesla that I've been very wrong on. And my thesis has changed. So I want to tell you what has happened to my thesis, what changed, and what I think about Enphase now. Because this stock I was so bullish on, it's even on my Twitter description, and for me to change that and take that away, it shuts down my Twitter account for like 3 days, but I think I'm going to have to do it anyways. That's my problem. So please make sure that you're subscribed. And let's get going in this video. So Enphase. So this was one of those stocks that I was very in love with because I saw a multi-year growth story. For me, I want to buy companies that I know can grow for the next 10, 15, 20 years, and I can just buy them and not have to think about them ever again, and I can just, follow up with the company, listen to the earnings calls, and, make sure that the thesis is tracking. And in general, I'm not really anticipating needing to sell a company that I buy, because I'm even fine with having, okay, I just have to explain this. So with this strategy, let's say I buy 10 stocks, and I'm expecting that 1 or 2 of the stocks are going to be complete breakout successes. And let's say another 1 or 2 is going to be, maybe 5x or something like that. And then maybe six of them is going to, remain in the same place or slightly go up. And maybe like 1 of them is going to go bankrupt, right? But all in all, because there is those 1 or 2 outliers in the portfolio that has gotten a 100x, I believe that this is still a very winning strategy. So I'm fine with being slightly wrong because, maybe the stock is still in this category that it didn't move much, But what happened to Enphase was that my thesis was completely broken, because I never anticipated that in this higher for longer interest rate environment. So first of all, I never anticipated that people would 100% stop buying solar cells, and obviously they didn't stop 100%, but I never anticipated, I anticipated that there would be a slowdown in the increase of buying solar panels and microinverters and solar roof installations. I never anticipated that because of the interest rates there's going to be a drop in growth. So the growth is going to disappear and we're going to start going backwards. And obviously, as with many things, it's very logical looking at the hindsight, and I was clearly wrong about this. And the simple mathematical explanation of this is that solar is a good investment, and a lot of people are willing to buy it as long as you get a return on your money on 5 to 7 years. As the interest rates go up, it means that when you finance money to build your solar panels, then it will take you more years to get your own capital paid back. And once this payback time goes past 10 years and starts to become like 15 years, people don't think it's worth the risk. And this was something that I didn't think with. I thought that people are going to believe in the greenness, and there's something sexy about having to produce your own electricity, but it seems like you hit a wall. Like when the return on your money reaches a certain point, people just don't care anymore. So this was point number 1 where I was wrong. Then point number 2 where I was wrong is that I was thinking that the interest rates go up very fast and then it stops the inflation, and then in 2024 we're gonna go back down to 0 and we're gonna party like it's 1991 and 1999 or like 2021. But I've been thoroughly wrong on this, and I think nobody could foresee what was going to happen. And basically it looks like the interest rates went up. We hit this wall where people are not really willing to buy solar installations. But if there is interest rate cuts, it's going to be very gradual. So meaning that even if there is a cut or two in 2024, maybe the interest only goes down to 4.75. And then my question mark is, are we still over this wall? Well, people are saying that nope, we're not installing solar because it's the return on the money is still too much, and then we rather spend the money on something else. And then in 2025, maybe the rates go down to 4.25. And then have we gone below this wall? Can we restart growing in solar now? So I don't think that solar as an industry is dead, but I do think that we need to establish where this wall is, where the demand starts to fall off. And clearly interest rates have to be south of that number for this industry to work, right? And if we incorporate this into a model, and yeah, so I just wanted to show you, for me, the thesis for Enphase actually broke when Tesla reported the earnings, because this is when I realized that, okay, there's a much bigger problem with interest rates than I anticipated, and I already knew that Enphase was already talking about this. They already guided very, very low, and I don't know what was wrong with me, but I thought that their guidance was, sandbagging, and yeah, I wasn't thinking. So I was wrong. I have to admit that that I was wrong. So here is their fourth quarter outlook, and this is very, very troubling because their revenue 1 year ago was like 700 something million. So this is potentially a more than 50% decrease. So it's not that we go from 30% increase to we really, really slow down and we're pissed as growth investors to 10%. No, we're going backwards 50%. And when is that going to end? There is just no sign that that is going to end. And you can see here is the growth trajectory of the revenue every year. 2018, 10%, then 97%, and then 24%, and then 2021, 78%, beautiful. 2022, 68%, beautiful. And, if you model out that the growth continues, 70% per year, yes, the stock is extremely cheap, even at $200. But if you start modeling that in 2023, basically what they're guiding for is a minus 1%, maybe we stay the same. So like a 0% growth or a minus growth. And then 2024 is a total question mark. Maybe it's another decrease in revenue. And then it's a huge question mark for me what happens after. So I feel very insecure about this valuation that I'm going to show you, but I'm just going to quickly show you. This is not the usual, this is more of a DCF valuation of the stock. I normally like to do another one because it's easier to play with the numbers. I normally like to project the earnings and then put a P multiple and then discount back the stock price to PT, or present value, sorry, PV. So here, this was when I wanted to invest in Enphase. I was thinking this is last year's revenue, and I was projecting a 20% growth, which is a huge slowdown from the 80% growth or 70% growth that they had. And then the interest rates go back down, and we continue to grow at 30%, and then we start to slow off and grow with 25%, and then we have the terminal rate at 3.5%. Now, last year, their operating margin was 19%. I wanted to be pessimistic, so I counted with a 16% rate here. I don't know why it jumped to 25%. I don't know what I did there. Oh yeah, because I had in my thesis that they were going to come up with... what did I know? No, okay. That they're going to... come up with some sort of a subscription product, or that they're going to maybe make like virtual power grids, which is going to be a much higher margin business for them, and it's like an unannounced product. And I have a discount rate of 10%, and this gave a valuation of $153 per share. This is again already discounted back to present value, and when the stock was at around $120, understandably I was very, very bullish. But clearly the assumptions on this valuation don't hold, and I adjusted it to 1%, minus 1% growth this year. I said, okay, next year we go 5%. The year after we start growing 10%. And then when the interest rates have really, really come down, we start growing 20%, and then we start leveling off to 15%, and then terminal value of 3.5%. Again, you can see the 16% profit margin, and then, yeah, the unannounced product, 25% product margin. And so here, I want to say that I might be too optimistic on the growth, and I would almost want to skip evaluating this company because I feel so uncertain about, I feel like I need more data on how the growth is going to be. But this gives a valuation of $61 freaking dollars on this company with a 10% discount valuation, meaning if you would buy at this price, you would only earn 10% per year, which I'm not really happy with. I mean, I take it if that's what I get, but normally I like to go for, you know, maybe 20% per year. And for that, the stock price would even have to be lower. And the current stock price, guys, is 72. So that is, my price is a almost 20% fall from this price, which is already a 6% fall from this price. So a lot more pain ahead for this stock in my opinion, and this is something that I'm not gonna touch. I was bullish, Vince was bullish on the stock at one time, and now it's a no touch stock. And I never managed to open a position in this because I was too short on cash. I'm in the real estate business in Sweden, and it's my business is basically having the same situation as Enphase and Tesla, and the same things are happening to the valuation of my business as to Enphase and Tesla. And because I need to diversify with my investment, I don't want to buy other companies that are having the similar or same issues as my own company that is the main source of my income. So this was my Enphase video. Please let me know in the comments what you think. And if you're gonna hate on me because you're some sort of an Enphase cult member, please hate on me with the numbers and tell me where I'm wrong, that you think we're going to grow more, or the discount rate is off, or the terminal rate is off. Don't just give me comments like the ones yesterday on my Tesla video, which were just like, you're so stupid, and you know, you're so close-minded, and yeah, I don't know. So you get the point. Please make sure you subscribe. See you in the next video. Palantir earnings is tomorrow. Very exciting. Ciao, ciao.